3-0 versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll have a former Heisman Trophy winner calling the shots, hailing from the island of Oahu in Hawaii, Marcus Mariota.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
A pass there complete to Sutton. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. He's at the 30. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Big completion there on 3rd and short. Keeps their opening drive alive.
Not only alive, but plenty of possibilities now. 1st and goal, and you know me. I'm a big advocate. If you're going to throw the ball, throw it early in the down and distance count.
You ain't going nowhere.
Now Mariota. That's complete to Jake Butt. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll look to run with Edwards. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8. Okay, so you just took the big loss. Now what are you doing on 4th down?
Well, we have a change of plans now is what we have because I think they were looking at the play sheet, trying to dial something up to go for it on 4th down. But after that loss, that goes right out the window. Now you have to kick the field goal and hope to come back down the next time and score.
And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-0. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Let's go. Let's go.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Check out, wait. Sit down. Check this down.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Here's the offense, and if you're the defense, Charles, You really have to focus on that guy that's highlighted on the screen.
You're talking about pure speed. T.Y. Hilton can get down the middle of the field and really stretch a defense.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you. Check safety, check safety. Check 31, check 31.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Going deep for Eifert. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10.
Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. Watch one. Check 3.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
He's got Lockett. 30, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
From the 29, Carr complete to Jones. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now Carr. And he's got his man Hilton. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
185. Check, check, boy. He's right. You got to get the ball. Can you get the ball?
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
First carry for Austin Eckler, who's a Colorado native. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Throwing his car on third down. This complete to Jones. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on the pressure. Gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The big man, P.J. Hall, had the path to the QB there.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall, that they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
After the sack on first down, Mariota. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. On first down, right back to Lindsey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now this one complete on the slant route. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. This is fielded at the 7. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Carr now to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. On second down, Jacobs. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
53, Mike 53. We want this. Spons. Check 53.
To throw on third down. Carr. That's complete to Meredith. And he's out right at the 25. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Raider first.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn to either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Looking deep for Hilton. And got his man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Here's Carr to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos 32.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
The Raiders on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Carr. Got his man. It's Eifert. A gain of 6 there on first.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Carr. On the screen, this is Eckler. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it up.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. T.Y. Hilton, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
It kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time. And that's not easily done because, you know, all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action. Mariota. He's got a man complete. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Mariota now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Throw it, Mariota. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Mariota now. He's got Jake Butt as tight end. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 15-yard line. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or he keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Cleveland Farrell, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long 3rd down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
From the gun, Mariota. Complete outright to Jake Butt. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. The kick by McManus is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line. Now a carry for Jacobs. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Running is Jacobs. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Caught by Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now Carr. He's got it to Hilton. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. T.Y. Hilton with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
It feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football, and that's exactly what happened there.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Marcus Mariota and the offense heading back out for their next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Mariota. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they're throwing it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoop.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He'll get this to Eckler. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
You got nothing.
Carr now on first down. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr going to throw deep for the end zone. T.Y. Hilton as the first half is winding down. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more of going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And now I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
And the Raiders have got him. So we have reached halftime. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Josh Jacobs, 84 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game being on second half no matter what. Well, this first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Another run by Lindsey. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now Mariota. And he's got Lockett. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Mariota now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. Play action now. Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's how we do it, baby.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Lindsey. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Mariota. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So here are the Raiders now to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. To throw, it's Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Making 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit. 5
plays there on that drive, and it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
On second down, it's Lindsey, and he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's stopped up short of the 1st as they tackle him down at about the 36. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. That's complete to Meredith. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Carr now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Running on 1st down, Eckler. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
It's Eckler again, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance, his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
And he's got his man, Hilton. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Check 56. Right here, right here.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 42.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Here's Carr to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham applying the heat off the edge.
Well, every now and then you just absolutely outguess yourself. 3rd and inches, and they decide not to run the ball. You end up seeing the end result.
The end result was not good. They elect to pass, and it backfires. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And Denver getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
All right. Here we go. Let's go, V. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
To throw Mariota. That's complete to Jake Butt.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw is Mariota. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he gets it down to the 48. Enough for the first. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest. And a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Mariota now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Mariota to throw it. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially they'll say it's going to go for 19.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
The throw taken in by Hamilton. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Mariota under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Solomon Thomas, they'd love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Mariota to throw for it on 4th. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. He's got a 1st down past the 30 and all the way up to the 33-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Throwing is Mariota, and he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Mariota is going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To the air again, Mariota. He'll get this to Edwards out of the backfield. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's Mariota, and the ball is knocked out, and the Raiders pick it up. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.